One thing we really miss about trade shows are the people we meet. And one such person is our guest today, who we met way back in 2007, when his channel was in its infancy. He's always filled with huge enthusiasm for the technical aspects of the channel, AIL TV, which is dedicated to educate, inform, entertain, and bring news about people of African origins who live and work in London and beyond.
Like all of us, AIL TV is on a budget, so Joseph is here today to tell us about the channel, the kit being used, and his plans for the future. So, welcome to the show, Joseph. Really good to see you. Please, let's give us a brief rundown of the channel and where you are at the moment with it.
Well, guys, thank you very much for having me on your show. But first of all, I'm very, very, very grateful for what KitPlus is doing for people like me. When you started your magazine, TV Bay magazine, as Simon has said, you have been supporting me. You have given me time to write what I think about stuff. Now, fast forward from 2007, we've been discussing a whole lot of things, but I have always been interested in miniaturization. And as you can see, I call my room the research box. This is where I spend my time testing kits and stuff like that. But also, I buy stuff actually depending on what KitPlus says, or reading the articles, how they're using their stuff, and what results they're getting. So right now, as you know, we are in the COVID-19 has brought a new way of thinking and a new way of doing things. I must say it has had its negatives, it has had positives, but where I am now, I'm kind of fully functional because, we will get into that later.
So tell us a little bit about the history of Africans in London TV, which is what AIL is short for, how you conceived the idea and the audience that you've got now, and what type of content are you putting out there?
Well, AIL TV still stands the same as you have read in the introduction, is to bring news, entertainment, inform, and educate people, not only Africans, but also to educate the Western audience. There is something that I see we need to communicate to the West. I want people to understand our culture. Now, the history is, the idea started when I was at university, University of West London. Then it was called Thames Valley University. So I started with a website. In fact, I wanted to call it a postcard from London. And then the idea started to expand. And then I got some people and put people together. We started doing small programs here and there, and we are still doing it.
And we've always been interested in your equipment, in the kind of kit you use, because you are working on a budget. Let's give us an idea of what you're looking to invest in now, what you might have just invested in. What are you using?
Okay. I will bring up a diagram just so that your viewers actually can see.
Cool.
Most of the kit, really, I have been buying it for a couple of years, and sometimes I buy kit that will last. So, for example, I have invested in Blackmagic switchers. Basically, yes, Blackmagic has really brought everything together because these guys are very clever. They have studied the market. Right. They can facilitate the guys like us at the lower end, and then you've got the middle part, and of course, then you've got the high end guys. So that is my basis of my equipment, and of course, I use Apple computers to bring everything together. Like now, we have been talking about playout systems. For us guys, who cannot afford to buy high-end playout system, but now there are young people out there, programmers, who are coming out with software such as Ecom Live, which can actually do a whole lot of things like the big boys do.
Can you give us an idea of your workflow then, and how you structure your playout?
Right. So let me just bring this. Let me bring this diagram here. So
Excellent.
basically, this is my kit. As you can see, as I have mentioned, I have got a Blackmagic switcher. Then I have got the Panasonic. These cameras are actually semi-broadcast cameras. I have been testing a whole lot of cameras, including DSLRs and stuff like that. But I try to stay away from DSLRs because they have got their own problems. So these cameras here are SDI. You can see they go into a Blackmagic. Then from a Blackmagic, it goes into my Mac Pro via Ethernet, and then it has got its own multi-view whereby I can actually switch angles. And then I have got two monitors which are dedicated to eCam to see what I'm doing on the screen. And then I have got a dedicated monitor. This monitor that you see, that is a program out monitor. Now, the idea of this, when I'm doing a program, even if I know I am streaming onto YouTube or Facebook, but sometimes now I'll be streaming on my website, I have got a white label. This system here, as you see, I can use it with a single camera, or I can have multiple cameras and plus VTs and stuff like that. Say, for example, if I am like here in the research box, I've got one single camera. That one is okay. It plugs into the Ultra Studio Express, and then it goes into the computer via Thunderbolt. And then I have got my mixing desk, which I'm not actually using. I use this setup when I'm streaming outside. So, for example, I could be streaming an event in an open airspace where there is no internet. That's where the live view solo comes in, because you guys, you know what a live view solo is. For most of those who doesn't know, this is a dedicated encoder which allows you to stream anytime, anywhere where there is no internet. So basically, that is my structure in a nutshell. But going to the question of playout, I remember I wrote an article in KitPlus magazine talking about how can people like us actually access playout systems. And I kept saying that, so for example, if you take Blackmagic Media Express, that Media Express, if you insert certain behaviors or commands, it can actually turn out to be a playout. And this is exactly what eCam Live have managed to do. Now, let me show you an example, if I can. See, eCam Live is a playout system, but not so many people know it. But people think that it is a system for social media. No, it can actually do a whole lot of things. The guys who are programming this software, they are very young guys, but also I like their customer service. If you have a problem, you email them or you call them, they will respond. But one thing that I like eCam Live is this. It has got the ability to bring in NDI sources like I'm doing here. So if, so for example, I'm doing a program about Africa and we are talking about certain things, I normally go in, bring in a source, go to the website or go to the newspaper website and get the article of what we are talking about, like what we are doing. So this is my own website here, which I'm soon launching. So plenty of things that can be done.
Cool.
So we've seen, you mentioned at the beginning of the show that the last 12 months have posed negatives and positives. Let's have a clue. What effects have the last 12 months had on what you're doing? Maybe incomes, maybe how you're funding it, anything, even gathering content and putting content out there. And identify really some of the positives. That would be good.
Right. the positive is, sometimes we get carried away by doing things without stopping to think. You see, when the pandemic hit, I had to sit down, and because I could not go anywhere, I couldn't do anything. I had just to follow the rules like anybody else. But what I did was to adapt. You see, now the thing is really adaptation. Now, the positives, I had one positive thing that I had to sit down and review: how can I push AIL TV out there? So, and everybody now is on Zoom. And I just thought, okay, well, you know what? I have to go with the flow. If everybody is using Zoom, I have to go that route too, but I have to find better solutions, such as eCam. So I have I have created new programs. The programs now I'm making, I have got programs like a security update, which talks about security in Africa and global terrorism. We speak to people from all over the world. And now we are connecting with people whom we wouldn't even have connected with. And also, I have been in the community doing community programs just via internet. Sometimes sneak out one day, go to food banks and create stories. So that is the positive. The negative, of course, the source of income as well just dried out. But I'm sure it will come back.
So one of the things we love about you, Joseph, is your passion and enthusiasm and the plans you're always making. What have you got in mind going forwards?
Right. Okay. So where I stand now, I think I have got enough kit to actually to do what I want to do. But as you know, technology is always evolving, and it is really it is moving forward at a terrific speed. Look at what Blackmagic they have come up with. Before they came up with this small switcher ATEM Mini, and now it has swelled up to I understand the extreme ISO. So, and I am very, very excited about that, especially the extreme ISO, because you can actually record, and you can have 4 independent keys. Now, for me, that is really that is something that I am eyeing. I'm thinking about it. So, and then yes, yes. As you know, I'm a man from I'm interested in miniature. Now, program-wise, the programs really are taking off. What COVID-19 has actually brought together people who are into the media. Say, for example, I have got 2 important programs. One is a program that every Saturday I have got a journalist, is from Kenya, who actually he does work with the BBC World Service. So we have teamed up actually to bring news from Africa, including there is a magazine called the Africa Report. Now, the Africa Report, they send me news every day, what is happening in 54 countries of Africa. So imagine that. So I can be doing a 10-minute program about Africa every day.
Brilliant. Well, look, it's been fascinating catching up again, Joseph. I think we all enjoy finding out what you've been up to and what you're planning. Fingers crossed everything gets back to normal for all of us and you soon. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming in and telling us all about it. And although we could talk for hours, hopefully we'll see you in person at a real live event not too far away from there.
But before you go, you guys, you didn't know that I'm a musician, because my background is actually music. You can see guitars behind me here. I actually play them. And these days I'm doing something very good. Maybe we can close up with it. You know this? Do you know what this
Well,
instrument is called?
go on.
Let me hope
I
you will
can't see
hear.
it from here.
Oh, you can't see?
Yeah.
I can see it, yeah. Very cool.
This is
Okay,
the,
yeah.
This is the thumb piano.
Fantastic.
Until then.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again, and thanks to Mediaproxy for all their support. And you can check more about them at mediaproxy.com. We'll see you next time.